Hi everyone, Josh Silverman of Constant Calibrating here at RTX with Amber, CEO of RT Sidequest. Amber, how has the event been treating you so far?
This has been an amazing year. I am so happy about that.
That's awesome. Because it was very recent when you became the CEO of Sidequest. How did that come about, if you don't mind asking?
That's okay. Well, our our former CEO, Grady, he stepped down. He's pursuing more with his other charities that he's working with. And so there was a gaping hole need. And we put out they put out calls for everyone, and no one seemed to want it. And, I didn't know, honestly. I was kind of away from the community, doing my own thing, thinking about other things. I've, volunteered before with it, specifically with Sidequest. And I kind of heard about it in March and went, wait, I was at a party, actually, and was listening, and was like, what do you mean that it's not going to happen unless you have a CEO? Oh, gosh, okay, well, what does that person do? So I can do that. Let me do that. I can do that. And so they're okay, well, try. So, okay. So in 1 week, I got the reservations for the Radisson Ballroom and Buffalo Billiards and our booth and volunteers and ticket sales and prices and what have you, and figured out who I wanted on the board, and got people to come back if they weren't, and basically said, okay, we're gonna do it, right? Yeah, all right. And
so not a busy time at all.
No. Typical week for me. Yeah.
All right, so for people who may not be aware, we've talked to Sidequest founder Dominic before, but if people aren't aware, explain what Sidequest is.
Okay,
if you
yeah.
Don't mind.
No, that's completely.
Yeah.
Sidequest came about 5 years ago. In fact, it's our 5th year, 501c3 status as a charity. And so we came about a few years ago when a lot of the community was meeting up and just hanging out in people's houses and watching RTX content.
Sure.
And we figured that there was such an amazing community out there of people who wanted to be together, and they needed an excuse. So we started giving them that excuse. We raised money for events and realized we had some money left over, and said, ooh, what can we do with this? So we now give to several different charities, some of which are Operation Supply Drop, Child's Play, Make-A-Wish. And we have funding goals for them. If we meet them, we do. If we give them more, we do. And we just kind of work from there, work in the community to make sure everybody has touch with the RT community. And also then the charitable donations that we get are perks on top of that.
So essentially, I mean, the way Sidequest works is you have the charity aspect, but you encourage people to be charitable by creating these fun events. Primarily at RTX, but it also Sidequest has done stuff at other places as well. Correct?
We are looking to have a bigger presence. Okay. But right now,
I know there's been looser stuff has been done, but okay. So then, we'll speak of that. What is the plan moving forward past this RTX?
Well, so tickets for the event this weekend sold out in 3.5 days.
Yeah.
We say 4, but it was actually 3.5 days. When you can measure the hours that your tickets were on sale and now aren't, we're big. And the cool part about that is with the VIPs that we have, as well as the donors that we have, we've outgrown where we are. And so next year we're actually going to be doing even bigger. On Thursday, we usually do a charity auction and cocktail party. Well, next year, we have hit capacity twice now at the Radisson. So we're probably going to seek out a bigger venue, probably have more people invited and able to go, and just kind of expand the whole opportunity for it. We've had a whole lot of interest in our charitable functions as well, from private donors who just give us money to where we're able to meet our funding goals, and we just exceed them every year. It's very wonderful.
Well, I mean, that's a great sensation, just to continue growing. Not just decide I kind of want to grow the business, but to be told emphatically that you have to grow the business. You don't have a choice.
And the cool part about that is that as a 501c3 entity, we are able to do a lot of things that maybe a business wouldn't, like the core of volunteers, of people who want to come and help us. we can encourage them to come on in and help us out and whatever they need, and get matching shirts and sell some things too to make sure that we have that profit and income. But we can also do things like just hand money to charities and work with charities abound as well for the community. There we go. It's really nice, actually, and we plan on expanding and working with other groups as well, just to kind of really work, because our community isn't just RT fan groups. It's not. People know about us through many different avenues. And so I think that having a community charity organization within many different fandoms that everyone can get together and make friends is amazing. We had 2 members who actually, they got married, or they got engaged and met each other at one of these events that we had just a few years ago. I know.
I feel like I vaguely remember reading about that. That's awesome, because because it started with the Rooster Teeth community, which is always was treated as a family, and it's always been that, even growing into the extremely successful company it's been, it's still always kind of maintained that vibe, even with millions of fans and things like that. And then obviously when we narrowed down to the event, and then Sidequest narrowed down a bit further, but now that that's expanding as well, it's nice to see that it's creating its own separate community. It's not just the Rooster Teeth community side project. It's actually its own entity now.
And we were never officially with Rooster Teeth. We have worked within the fandom because, of course, in the earlier days, that's where everyone was coming from and meeting each other. But we have actually sought out working with them to see if maybe we could be their official charity. But for the most part, it sounds like they're going through a transition stage of their own, and our growth is we can't just sit idly by and wait for to be picked up by someone when we are now our own present entity. So we'll work and continue to work with the community for sure. And if someone approaches us, of course, we'll consider it. But at the same time, it's gotten so much bigger than what it used to be that it's just amazing, honestly.
Well, you now are just you're entirely your own platform, as it were.
We are, but we still want to maintain our community focus within the Rooster Teeth community, specifically because it's a great focal point to get people together, specifically in the Austin area.
That's awesome. That's really cool. So, just where can people find more information on Sidequest and future stuff if, next year at RTX or something they wanted to take part or just at least come to an event?
Oh, for sure, yeah. So our website is, rtsidequest.org. And then same thing for Twitter. That's our Twitter handle as well. We post as much as we possibly can, as often as we possibly can. And we are, we also work, we used to do forums through the RT site, but I know that they're reworking some of the way that they're doing it. And that's pretty awesome, too, because whatever next iteration that they have will be there.
Cool.
And then word of mouth also works really well. I know that with PAX South, we will be exploring some opportunities that we heard about them. And then we'll also be working with some other venues and other bigger charities within the coming year to maybe do some partnering on things.
That's outstanding. I mean, again, I already said during the interview, it's great to see the growth because I've been coming to SideQuest stuff since the second RTX, kind of thing. So it's always great to see things that are so loving and passionate actually be shown, love by a community and to grow as it goes. So thank you very much for chatting with me, Amber. It's been really good information, really interesting. And as far as Constant Calibrating goes, you can find our stuff constantcalibrating.com, twitch.tv/constantcalibrating, all the sort of places. And with that, bid you good sign off.